What have Red Bull's rivals done to overcome its overall top advantage this season? Red Bull's strong top speed advantage was one of the main reasons for its Formula 1 domination in 2022. Max Verstappen frequently found himself unchallenged for overtakes on the long straights and was able to easily pass other drivers when necessary. Competitors started working on improving the performance of their cars and wings to reduce drag in preparation of 2023. How did the Red Bull rivals get so much top speed compared to the previous season? Let's find out. Before we head any further, make sure you don't forget to subscribe and smash the bell icon for more updates. Mercedes realised it needed to make a significant improvement over the slow W13 on this front, but at the Bahrain pre-season test, it was still down in the speed traps. Rivals were using medium downforce packages, and in some cases, they were even experimenting with some of their lower downforce assemblies, according to a look at what everyone was doing. Mercedes, on the other hand, decided to use its high downforce rear wing during the entire test, a strategy it had used up until a more refined version arrived in Miami last year. Mercedes clearly understood that if it continued to use that strategy, the opposition would have the upper hand, so it was prepared for Bahrain with a new rear wing that produced less downforce. It may be easy to recognise the styling of the wing, especially when compared to others, but it has been a while since Mercedes used a spoon-shaped rear wing. Mercedes used a spoon-shaped mainplane design as one of the several rear wing options in the beginning of its successful period from 2015 to 2018. Cars can benefit from good downforce and reduced drag thanks to it. While the outside shorter chord portion of the wing integrates with the end plate to reduce drag, the central, deeper portion of the wing creates performance. The Red Bull and the new Mercedes designs both reveal their underbelly to the incoming flow, much like the centre section of a higher downforce wing would. It's interesting to note that the upper flap's leading edge has a thicker surface up until it joins the tip section. In order to aid in managing the tip vortex, the end plate's upper rear corner cutout is also present. The new version does contain a replaceable panel piece here, similar to the way Mercedes built its wings during 2022, meaning that the team may make quick changes to adjust how the wing performs. When choosing how much and what kind of wing to use at each circuit, there is always a trade-off, since while using a lower downforce wing can increase speed on the straights, it may ultimately result in losses around the corners. Inevitably, the choice must be made on which option is faster over the course of a lap, as well as how much of an impact it will have on the rest of the race stint. Tyre degradation is an important element in these decisions. Although Lewis Hamilton's car was outfitted with the new, lower downforce variant, and George Russell's W14 was using the high downforce rear wing, Mercedes was still trying to analyse this going into FP3. In the end, the numbers fell in the favour of the new design, with both drivers taking to qualifying and the race with it mounted on their cars. Ferrari's pre-season testing run plan included the team completing back-to-back comparisons on two rear wing specifications. The newer of these featured numerous changes, not only to the shape of the main plane and upper flap, but also in the end plate's tip section. But the most notable change was the switch from a double mounting pillar arrangement to a single pillar. The single pillar version was mounted on the car briefly in the early stages of free practice, as the team looked to gather more data ahead of its more likely introduction in Saudi Arabia. And while it seemed to flex a lot at the pillar, the team is committed to trialling it again. The design differences between these two specifications of rear wing are all about the trade-offs of one solution over the other. The single pillar is bulkier, in order to counter the extra load it sustains, also requiring a crescent-shaped mounting that enables it to wrap around the exhaust. The single-element pillar also meets with the DRS pod in a swan neck arrangement, where the twin pillars intersect with the underside of the main plane. These changes not only have physical ramifications in regards to how the loads are transferred, but also aerodynamic consequences too, as the central portion of the wing will see different effects depending on the wing in use. Ferrari has also adopted a small aero trick first seen on the Alfa Romeo with its new specification rear wing, as the flap pivots take on a teardrop shape and are skewed relative to the centre line. One area where we will see significant development this season is the floor's edge. This is not only because it produced a hive of activity last year, but because of the regulation changes that have been made to the region that have forced teams to make adjustments to their solutions. Red Bull has wasted no time in this department, as its floor edge solution stands out as being significantly different, not only with last year's design in set, but in some ways from how it differs with the rest of the field. The elongated edge wing's rear part displays characteristics of other designs, such as those on the Mercedes and McLaren. The floor's forward section and the edge wing, however, are handled quite differently. In this case, the edge wing has been twisted into a C-shaped profile that lies above a floor edge and cut out with a similar shape. These two surfaces combine to generate a pair of winglets on either side of the cutout by being slightly out of line with each other and pushed upward. What are your thoughts? Can the other teams beat Red Bull on the straight with their new aero designs? Let us know in the comments down below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for new upcoming videos of F1 Apex. Thanks for watching.